Champion Porsche make their return to racing this June at the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. It's the continuation of a motorsport story that began in the 1990s.
Champion was started by my father, Dave Mirage. It was started 33 years ago. He relocated here from Trinidad and Tobago, and he had always a passion for cars. And he looked into it and purchased a dealership and started with Porsche because he loved Porsche. He loved the versatility from road to track. And he had a salesman that started, his name's Mike Peters, who you'll probably meet soon. He got him into racing. He actually drove the first race car and kind of, walked him through it, and my dad was hooked at that point.
We did start bringing in some top-level professional drivers. And as we progressed in it, it just all started coming together with better team, better effort, and ending with positive results.
Class victories at the 12 Hours of Sebring in 1996 and Petit Le Mans 2 years later were followed by a switch to Audi and their greatest triumphs, including overall victory at Le Mans in 2005 and 5 consecutive American Le Mans Series championships.
I think Le Mans is definitely probably the top because it's a worldwide race. I would say one of the best races for me was Sebring 2005. Both of our cars were running neck and neck the entire race. And I'll never forget Tom Christensen coming up and sitting next to me as I'm thinking about where we're ending up here at the end of this race. And he says, if I can't get out in front of Alan, I'll never be able to pass him. So we came up with a strategy to do a short fuel fill and put him back out and then have to do a full fuel fill later, but it would give him track position. And lo and behold, it worked, and we managed to win the race over our own teammate. I think it was the closest finish in their history for a long, long time.
After the heady days of success with the likes of Tom Christensen and Alan McNish, Champion's desire to return to racing for the first time since 2008 came about after sponsoring a Pikes Peak entry last year.
I had sponsored a car the year before. We helped them out, and they had a great result, and they were driving a GT2 Club Sport. One day I woke up and I said, I'm going to give it a shot. We reached out to Porsche Motorsport, secured a car. The car is at our facility right now doing some changes, and we're working on enhancing it and trying to get it up the mountain as quick as possible.
GT2 RS project was the Club Sport project for Pikes Peak, was something that came about pretty suddenly, literally. What we wanted to do was take a Porsche car in a very capable form already. It's been raced at Pikes Peak a couple times. We wanted to take that car and really push it to the limit to see what it can do. We want to basically use our expertise in modifying, upgrading modern day Porsche cars coupled with our race experience from the past, put those two things together and really see how far we can push that car up the mountain.
To pilot their entry, Champion have turned to Pikes Peak record holder Romain Dumas. The Frenchman not only raced the VW IDR electric prototype into the history books in 2018, but he has a decade of experience on America's mountain and a career full of Porsche expertise.
We pretty much have the king of Pikes Peak, so that's a good thing because he has a lot of passion for the race. He's invested in it himself very deeply, so his experience is invaluable to us. His knowledge of the race and the mountain is invaluable to us, but also he's very hands-on with offering input, suggestions for what we should do to the car, changes we should make, things like that. It's a lot of pressure for us to prepare a car for him, but at the end of the day, I think it's a great mix of driver and team that I think is going to help us at the day of the race.
As Champion dip their toes back into motorsport, there are no guarantees of success in the race to the clouds, but expectations are high for a successful return.
This was an opportunity for us. Mitch was young. He spent a lot of time with his dad around all the racing we did. There's a passion there, and you got to start somewhere, which is kind of what we did back in '93 when they threw me in the car from Miami and said, just drive it. So this is kind of that place, and you just don't know where it might take things. We'll just have to see.
The goal is to win. That's always our goal. We're entered in the Time Attack 1 group right now, but we'd like to surprise a few people.